Stop. Stop right there. Don't move past this moment. I need to tell you something that cannot wait another second. This is me, your Father, your Creator, the one who formed you before time began, and I am interrupting your life right now because what I am about to tell you will change everything. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now. In this very moment, something is shifting in the heavens over your life. And if you miss what I am about to say, you will spend weeks, maybe months, wondering why you feel stuck when the door was already open. Listen to me. I know you are tired. I know you have been pushing, striving, forcing, trying to make things happen with your own strength. I have watched you exhaust yourself trying to figure it out, trying to be enough, trying to prove something to people who were never meant to validate you anyway. And I am telling you now, beloved, stop. Just stop. Not because you are doing it wrong, but because you are doing it in your own strength. And what I am about to release in your life cannot come through human effort. It can only come through surrender. And surrender requires something you have been afraid to give me. Rest. You heard me correctly. Rest. Not laziness, not giving up, not quitting, but true, deep spiritual rest. The kind of rest where you stop trying to control outcomes. The kind of rest where you stop manipulating circumstances. The kind of rest where you finally let me be God while you simply be my child. And I know what you are thinking. You are thinking, but God, if I rest, everything will fall apart. If I stop pushing, nothing will happen. If I stop controlling, I will lose what little I have. Let me tell you something that will free you. Everything you are holding together, I never asked you to hold it. Everything you are trying to force, I never told you to force it. Everything you are afraid will collapse if you let go, was never yours to carry in the first place. Take a breath. Slow down. Your heart is racing just reading these words because your spirit knows I am telling you truth you have been avoiding. You have been running on empty for so long that you have forgotten what it feels like to be full. You have been operating in survival mode for so long that you have forgotten what peace feels like. You have been fighting battles I already won because you didn't trust that I actually won them. But beloved, hear me now. The battle is over. The war is won. And I am calling you out of the trenches and into rest. Not because there is nothing left to do, but because what comes next requires a version of you that can only emerge through stillness. Let me tell you what is really happening right now. You are standing at a threshold. On one side is everything you have known. The struggling, the striving, the endless hustle, the anxiety, the sleepless nights, the racing thoughts, the need to figure everything out. On the other side is something you have never experienced before. Effortless flow, divine favor. Supernatural provision, doors opening without you knocking. Connections forming without you networking. Opportunities appearing without you chasing. Breakthrough without you forcing. And the only way to cross from one side to the other is through rest. Not physical rest, though you need that too, but spiritual rest, soul rest. The kind of rest that says, God, I trust you completely. I know you have been sensing something. You cannot quite name it, but it is there, that strange anticipation, that quiet knowing that something big is about to happen, that restlessness in your spirit that feels like you are on the edge of something. You are not imagining it. That is me preparing you. That is my spirit, stirring the atmosphere around you. That is heaven getting ready to release what I have been holding for the right moment. And that moment is almost here. But you are not ready yet. Not because you are not worthy. Not because you haven't done enough. But because you are still operating in the old way. And what I am about to give you requires a new way. A restful way. A trusting way. A surrendered way. Here is what I need you to understand. Rest is not passive. Rest is the most active form of faith you can demonstrate. When you rest in me, you are saying, God is more powerful than my effort. When you rest in me, you are declaring, God's timing is more perfect than my planning. When you rest in me, you are proclaiming, God's ways are higher than my strategies. Rest is not giving up. Rest is giving over control, giving over anxiety, giving over the need to make it all make sense. And when you finally rest, when you finally release your grip, that is when my hand can move freely in your life. I want to tell you something about the season you just walked through. Those closed doors, I closed them. Those delayed answers, I delayed them. Those removed people, I removed them. Those disrupted plans, I disrupted them, not to hurt you, not to punish you, but to position you, because what is coming next is so big, so significant, so beyond what you have asked for, that the old connections would have held you back. The old doors would have limited you. The old timing would have been too early. I wasn't withholding. I was waiting. Waiting for you to be ready, waiting for the circumstances to align, waiting for the right moment. And beloved, that moment is now. But you have to rest first. Why rest? Let me explain. When you are constantly moving, constantly doing, constantly pushing, you are operating from your mind. But breakthrough doesn't come from your mind. Breakthrough comes from your spirit. And your spirit can only hear me clearly when your mind is quiet. Your spirit can only sense my leading when your thoughts are still. Your spirit can only receive my downloads when you are not cluttered with plans and strategies and worry. Rest creates space. Space for me to speak. Space for me to move. Space for me to work. And right now, I need space in your life, because what I am about to do is too big to fit in the cracks between your busyness. Listen closely. Over the next 7 days, something is going to shift dramatically in the spiritual realm over your life. You might not see it with your physical eyes immediately, but you will feel it. You will sense it. You will know something changed. But this shift can only happen if you cooperate with me. And cooperation right now looks like rest. I am asking you to slow down. I am asking you to say no to things that don't matter. I am asking you to create margin in your schedule. I am asking you to prioritize time with me over productivity. I am asking you to choose stillness over hustle. Just for 7 days. Can you do that? Can you trust me enough to rest? I know it feels counterintuitive. I know it feels scary. I know your mind is already listing all the reasons why you cannot afford to slow down right now. But beloved, you cannot afford not to. What I am about to release requires you to be rested, not exhausted. It requires you to be clear, not confused. It requires you to be peaceful, not anxious. It requires you to be full, not empty. And the only way to get there is rest. Not as a reward after you have done enough, but as a requirement before I can do what only I can do. Here is what is going to happen when you rest. First, clarity will come. Things that have been foggy will suddenly make sense. Decisions that have been weighing on you will become obvious. Direction you have been seeking will appear clearly. Why? Because when your mind is quiet, my voice is loud. When your thoughts slow down, my thoughts can get through. When you stop trying to figure it out, I can show you the answer. Second, strength will return. Not physical energy, though that will come too, but spiritual strength. The kind of strength that faces giants without fear. The kind of strength that stands firm when everything shakes. The kind of strength that trusts when nothing makes sense. That strength only comes through rest. Third, creativity will flow. Ideas you have been trying to force will suddenly appear effortlessly. Solutions you have been searching for will drop into your spirit. Inspiration you have been chasing will find you, because creativity doesn't come from striving. Creativity comes from connection. Connection with me, and connection requires rest. Fourth, relationships will align. The right people will suddenly appear. The wrong people will peacefully fade. The connections you have been forcing will release. The connections I have ordained will form naturally, because when you are rested, you are in alignment. And alignment attracts divine connections. Fifth, provision will appear, not because you worked harder, not because you hustled more, but because when you rest, you position yourself to receive what I have already released. Money you didn't expect, opportunities you didn't plan for, resources you didn't know existed, favor you didn't earn. All of it flowing to you naturally because you created space for it through rest. Sixth, peace will reign. The anxiety that has been your constant companion will lift. The worry that wakes you up at night will cease. The fear that drives your decisions will lose its power because peace isn't found in having all the answers. Peace is found in trusting the one who does. And trust is activated through rest. Let me address something you are afraid to admit. You are afraid that if you rest, you will miss your opportunity. You are afraid that if you slow down, someone else will get what was meant for you. You are afraid that if you stop pushing, everything you have built will crumble. But beloved, let me tell you how my kingdom works. What is meant for you cannot be taken by anyone else. What I have assigned to you cannot be missed through rest. What I have ordained for your life cannot be stopped by stillness. In fact, the opposite is true. The more you rest, the faster things will fall into place. The more you surrender, the quicker breakthrough will come. The more you trust, the clearer the path will be. You want to know why things have felt so hard lately, why you have been pushing and pushing with so little result. Because you have been trying to do my job. You have been trying to open doors I haven't opened yet. You have been trying to force timing I haven't released yet. You have been trying to make connections I haven't ordained yet. And when you try to do my job, you not only exhaust yourself, but you actually block what I am trying to do, because my blessings don't come through force. They come through faith. They don't come through striving. They come through surrender. They don't come through your effort. They come through your rest. So here is what I am asking you to do. For the next 7 days, I want you to practice radical rest. And I am going to tell you exactly what that looks like, because I know you need practical instruction. First, start your day with me, not with your phone, not with your to-do list, not with your problems. With me, sit in my presence, read my word, listen for my voice. Let me fill you before the world demands from you. Just 30 minutes. That is all I am asking. Give me the first 30 minutes of your day, and watch how I multiply the rest. Second, protect your peace aggressively. If something disturbs your peace, it is not from me. I don't give anxiety. I don't give confusion. I don't give chaos. So if a conversation, a situation, a person, a thought pattern is stealing your peace, remove it. Say no, set a boundary, walk away. Your peace is more valuable than being liked. Your peace is more important than being accommodating. Your peace is more precious than keeping everyone happy. Protect it like your life depends on it, because your breakthrough does. Third, let go of outcomes. This is the hardest one, I know. You have goals, you have dreams, you have things you want to see happen, and that is good. But for these 7 days, release your grip on how and when they happen. Stop checking. Stop controlling. Stop manipulating. Just trust me. Pray about it, then leave it with me. Really leave it. Don't pick it back up an hour later. Don't rehearse it in your mind. Don't try to figure out plan B and plan C. Just let it go. I have got it. And I will do it better than you could have anyway. Fourth, simplify everything. Your schedule, your commitments, your environment, your thoughts. Cut out everything that is not absolutely necessary. Learn to say no without guilt. Cancel the things you said yes to out of obligation. Clear the clutter from your space. Quiet the noise in your mind. Simplicity creates space, and space is where I work best. You don't need to do more. You need to do less. Less doing, more being, less striving, more trusting, less controlling, more surrendering. Fifth, celebrate small moments. A good cup of coffee, a quiet morning, a deep breath, a genuine laugh, a moment of gratitude. Stop rushing through your life waiting for the big breakthrough to be happy. The big breakthrough is coming, but joy is available right now. Peace is available right now. Contentment is available right now in the small moments, in the ordinary seconds, in the quiet spaces. Learn to be fully present. Learn to receive the gift of now. Because eternity is not just later, eternity is also now. Sixth, speak life over yourself. Your words create your reality more than you realize. So for these 7 days, I want you to speak only truth over yourself. Not what you feel, not what you see, but what I say. I am blessed. I am favored. I am provided for. I am protected. I am guided. I am loved. I am enough. I am ready. Speak it even when you don't feel it. Speak it even when circumstances contradict it. Speak it because it is true in my realm. And when you speak it, you are calling it into yours. Seventh, serve someone. I know this seems contradictory to rest, but stay with me. When you take your eyes off your own problems and meet someone else's need, something shifts, perspective changes, gratitude rises, faith increases. It doesn't have to be big. Make someone's day. Send an encouraging message. Buy someone's coffee, help with a practical need. When you sow into someone else's life, you are activating the law of sowing and reaping. And what you make happen for others, I will make happen for you multiplied. Now, if your spirit is resonating with these words, if something inside you just said yes, I want you to do something. Don't just listen and move on, respond. Type it in the comments below. Type I receive rest. Type I surrender to you. Type I trust your timing. Your declaration matters. Your agreement activates my promises. Your words release my power, so declare it. Not for me, I already know your heart, but for you, speaking it makes it real. Declaring it makes it concrete. Agreeing with me aligns you with heaven. Let me tell you what is going to happen after these 7 days of rest. You are going to look back and wonder why you waited so long. You are going to see doors open that you didn't even know existed. You are going to experience breakthrough in areas where you had given up hope. You are going to receive answers to prayers you forgot you prayed. You are going to witness provision from sources you never expected. You are going to feel peace in situations that used to steal your sleep. You are going to walk in clarity where there used to be confusion, and you are going to know beyond any doubt that it wasn't your effort. It was my faithfulness. It wasn't your striving. It was my sovereignty. It wasn't your control. It was my command. But here is the truth you need to hold on to: this rest I am calling you into. It is not just for 7 days. It is a new way of living. It is a permanent posture. It is learning to live from rest, not for rest. Living from a place of trust, not striving toward a place of trust. Operating from peace, not working toward peace. This is the abundant life I promised, not a life of constant hustle and exhaustion, but a life of flow and fulfillment. A life where you work from victory, not for victory. A life where you walk in what I have already accomplished, not trying to accomplish it yourself. And I need you to know something else. The reason I am asking you to rest right now is because what I am about to release is significant, bigger than you have imagined, greater than you have hoped for, more than you have believed possible. And if you receive it in the wrong posture, it will not bring you joy, it will bring you burden. If you receive it in exhaustion, it will break you instead of bless you. If you receive it in anxiety, it will complicate your life instead of complete it. But if you receive it in rest, if you receive it from a place of peace, if you receive it in surrender, it will be everything I intended: joy without burden, blessing without stress, increase without anxiety, promise without pressure. So let me ask you directly, will you trust me? Will you rest? Will you surrender? Will you let go? Not later, not when things calm down, not when you feel ready. Now, right now, in this moment, make the decision. Choose rest. Choose trust, choose surrender, and watch what I do. Because, beloved, when you rest, I work. When you surrender, I move. When you let go, I take over. And what I do in my way, in my time, with my power, is always better than what you could do in your way, in your time, with your strength. Before I release you from this moment, I want to pray over you. Not a religious prayer, a father's prayer, a personal prayer, a powerful prayer. My precious child, I speak rest over your mind, rest over your heart, rest over your body, rest over your spirit. I silence every voice that tells you to hurry. I quiet every thought that says you are running out of time. I cancel every belief that says rest is weakness. I break every pattern of striving. I remove every burden of performance. I lift every weight of control. And I release you into the freedom of trust, into the peace of surrender, into the joy of depending on me completely. I declare that over the next 7 days, clarity will come, strength will return, peace will reign, provision will flow, doors will open, paths will clear, and your life will never be the same. Not because of what you do, but because of what you allow me to do. I bless you with supernatural rest, divine peace, holy trust and complete surrender. Walk in it, live from it, and watch what I do, in my name. Amen. Now, If this word touched you deeply, if your spirit is saying yes, if you know this was meant for you, leave a comment below and simply type, Amen. Let your agreement be known. Let your faith be activated. Let your declaration be heard. And if this message is exactly what someone you know needs to hear right now, share it with them. Don't let them miss what heaven is releasing. Be the messenger. Be the conduit. Be the connection. Because when you help someone else rest, you deepen your own rest. And one more thing, if you don't want to miss the next word I have for you, if you want to stay connected to what heaven is saying in this season, make sure you are subscribed to this channel. Click that subscribe button, turn on notifications, because I am not done speaking. This is just the beginning, more is coming. Deeper revelation, clearer direction, stronger confirmation, and you don't want to miss it. Remember this, my beloved. You are exactly where you need to be. This is not random. This is not accidental. This is divine appointment. You were meant to hear these words today. You were meant to receive this instruction now. You were meant to step into rest at this exact moment. So receive it, embrace it, walk in it, and watch how everything changes when you finally stop trying to change everything yourself. I am with you. I am for you. I am working on your behalf. Rest in that. Trust in that. Live from that. And your breakthrough is guaranteed, not because of you, because of me, and I never fail. Ever. I want to leave you with one final truth that will anchor you during these 7 days. The reason most people never experience breakthrough is not because they don't pray enough. It is not because they don't have enough faith. It is not because I am withholding from them. It is because they never learn to rest in what I have already done. They are so busy trying to earn what I freely give that they miss the gift entirely. They are so focused on proving themselves that they cannot receive my approval. They are so consumed with making it happen that they block what I am already doing. But you, my child, you are different. You heard my voice today. You stopped when I said stop. You listened when I spoke. You are willing to rest when everything in you wants to strive. And that willingness, that surrender, that trust, that is what unlocks everything. That is the key that opens every door I have been holding for you. That is the posture that positions you for unprecedented favor. That is the heart attitude that attracts my supernatural intervention. Think about this. When you are restless, you are full of yourself, your plans, your strategies, your efforts, your control. But when you are restful, you are empty of yourself. And that emptiness creates room for me to fill you with my plans, with my strategies, with my power, with my provision. You cannot be filled while you are already full of your own doing. You must empty yourself through rest to receive what only I can give. This is what separates those who experience breakthrough from those who stay stuck. It is not intelligence. It is not talent. It is not even hard work. It is the willingness to rest, the courage to trust, the faith to surrender, the wisdom to let go. And that is you right now. In this moment, you are choosing the path that leads to breakthrough, not the path of more effort, but the path of more trust, not the path of more control, but the path of more surrender, not the path of more doing, but the path of more being. And here is something beautiful that is about to happen. As you rest over these next 7 days, as you practice surrender, as you live from trust, something in you will shift. Something deep, something foundational, something permanent. The old patterns of anxiety will lose their grip. The old habits of striving will lose their appeal. The old need for control will lose its power. And a new way of being will emerge. A way that is lighter, a way that is freer, a way that is more joyful, a way that is more peaceful, a way that actually works. You will look back on this moment as the turning point, the day everything changed. Not because something external shifted, though it will, but because something internal transformed. The day you learned that rest is not weakness but wisdom. The day you discovered that surrender is not defeat but victory. The day you realized that trust is not passive but powerful. This is that day. This is that moment. This is that turning point. And you will never be the same, so receive this word. Let it sink deep. Let it transform you. Let it shift your perspective. Let it change your approach. Let it renew your mind. Let it restore your soul. Let it revive your spirit. This is not just information. This is activation. This is not just teaching. This is transformation. This is not just a message. This is a mandate from heaven specifically for you in this exact season of your life. Now go rest well, trust deeply, surrender completely, live fully, love freely, walk confidently, and prepare for what is next. Because, beloved, you haven't seen anything yet. What I am about to do in your life will surpass your highest expectations, exceed your greatest hopes, fulfill your deepest longings, and restore what you thought was lost forever. Not through your striving, but through your resting, not through your control, but through your surrender, not through your effort, but through your trust. This is my promise to you, and I keep every promise always,